Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Damien again, back to go through another review of a game. We're gonna go through the review of Dragon Age Origins today. Now, in Dragon Age Origins, you get to play as 3 different types of species: elf, dwarf, or human. Now, for the human, you can basically only play the noble, which it's pretty okay, but you always see like a refugee in the game, so I don't understand why they didn't make that a possibility for a human. Elf will be a city elf or a Dalish elf. The city elves are more suppressed in the human community, which they gave up their own heritage so they can live among the humans, which are, as they call them, Shems. Don't ask, I didn't make up the game. I just played through it. And for the dwarf, you can play as a noble dwarf, or you can play as a commoner dwarf. Or I'll just call them commoner dwarves. I don't know what the actual term for these dwarves are, but they're more poor. Sorry. Now, if you play through the game, you will see that you have multiple things to do, all kinds of weapons, armors, stuff that you can pick up. Now, you don't only play as yourself, you get to play with all these different types of characters. Now, there are some characters you can go through that, automatically like you at the beginning of the game. Like the first character you pick up is Alistair. Now, if you play as a human noble, the first character you actually pick up is your dog. You name him, they call him Mambari. They're more of a smarter type of dog. They were originated from the Devinter Mages, if you know the Dragon Age game like I do. Now, I know I stop a little too much. My bad, just please work with me. I do have some issues. But Dragon Age Origins is a very good game, a free roaming world, but there is closed off areas. Like the last video I did was of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now that is a free roaming game, meaning you can go throughout the world without stopping for a second. Now in this game you can free roam around, but there's always a loading screen you gotta go through, and when you wait at the loading screen, it takes forever to get to the game. You will spend more time in a loading screen than you do in the actual video game, which is very awkward to say the least. Well, even though on the loading screen they give you your stats, how many people you killed, like what type of species you killed, from exotic animals to what's called darkspawn to whatever you have killed already. Now, if you go through the game like I did, the most powerful guy I've actually beaten, besides the Archdemon, would be Gax King the Unbound. You can get his, that's the story quest that you gotta find. You gotta find certain journal entries and you gotta go through it. It's like, oh my god, it's a big process. Just to get a weapon that, if you don't like two-handed weapons, that'll be a waste of time. Now, there's 2 to 3 different classes you can play as: Mage, Rogue, and Warrior class. The Warrior class I recommend is better because, one, you get to wear all the suits of armor, you get to use all different types of weapons, and it's more stronger and you're more adorable. The Rogues, on the other hand, I'm not going to take anything away from the Rogues or the Mages. The Rogue, on the other hand, is a little bit more, but I mean, it's still good playable character. It's still good to play through it. I know, I'm sorry, I just stuttered there. Oh my god, that was so weird. But if you play with the Rogue, you use dual-handed weapons, meaning you have a weapon in each hand, like daggers, knives, stuff like that, and you're more playable to, like, you can lockpick and all that. I mean, it's fun to do. It's fun to do. It's really fun. You don't need someone else to pick the locks for you. Let's see. The weakest of the three, I would say, is the Mage. One, because you take a lot of damage. Because everybody that, if you play through the game, like I have, you notice that the enemies go after the mages first. Why? Because they're long range, they can shoot from almost absolutely everywhere, and they're almost the most strongest. I say almost, but they cannot take so much damage. They can only take so much before they die. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I had to, revive Morrigan. Oh my god. It's fucked up how many times I have to do that. It's like, they have this injury heal thing that you take so that it heals you fully. And it's like, what the fuck? I had to use all of them on Morrigan. It's like, damn, she's hot, but shit, I don't need to use so much. I need some for me. If my character dies, I don't think no one else can take my place. It's like, shit. Back on my topic. The main... my god. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. The main objective of the game is to go through the game, defeat the Blight, defeat the Darkspawn, and you defeat the Archdemon. At the end of the game, spoiler alert, if you haven't played the game, please shut this video off now, because I don't think this, if you haven't played the game and you hate spoiler alerts, this is one. Shut off the video now. A big spoiler alert is that at the end of the game you find out why the Grey Wardens are who they are, and why they are so eager to defeat the Blight. One, you die after 30 years. If that was ever a real ritual, I know none of us are gonna. I'd rather get killed than rather die of a poison. No. Another reason is that if a Grey Warden defeats a Archdemon, as soon as you stab it, that Grey Warden dies with it. Like, what the holy fuck is that? Also was right. If you talk to him much as I did in the game to actually get his friendship, you'll see, I agree with him. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have done it either. Well, basically, the other characters that you play as in one, you need to find one Liliana. As I mentioned, Morrigan. Let's see, who's that other lady? Forget it. Severin, Sten. Oh, other lady was Wynn and the dwarf Ogren. When you find at the Circle of Magi, Liliana you find in Lothering, but you gotta get her before you leave Lothering or you're not gonna get her. Morrigan you automatically meet at the Kokaria Wilds at the beginning of the game. Also you meet automatically at the beginning of the game. Your dog you meet at the beginning of the game. Whether you play as an elf, a dwarf, or you play as a human, you meet them at the beginning of the game. If you play as an elf or a dwarf, you meet your dog after Ostagar. Which I don't get. Why didn't they just give you the dog when you found the damn dog before the fight? Some of these things really don't make sense. Now, go on the faults. The faults. The attacks are crappy. You fight like you're fighting with 2-year-old play swords. You slice once, and you gotta wait a minute before you slice again. And you gotta beat these. If you want your experience and you want to be a higher level like I do, you gotta kill so many of them. It's horrid. Now, the controls are crappy. I mean, you'll spend so much time running through a level that it will seem like you spent an hour on one level and you get tired of seeing it. Like, I lulled going into Orzammar. If you go to Orzammar first, you're doing yourself a favor. Get the bad part out the way first, because you'll spend half the game in those tunnels. It's horrible. Just horrible. But the rest of the game is pretty good. The swords look nice, even though they didn't spend so much time looking at the designs for the swords. Because I like to see my swords look like the best. How stylish they are. No, they have no style whatsoever. Because you switch to one blade, it looks almost, it looks one way, and you switch to another sword with a completely different name, and it looks exactly the same. Come on, give us some new. Now, after you defeat the Archdemon, if you're still alive, you take Morgan's offer. I'm not going to spoil that. That's for you. But if you take Morgan's offer, you'll still be alive after the blight. But if you don't, you're going to die right afterwards. After you stab the freaking thing in the head. Now, the easiest way to defeat the Archdemon without your sword is use the ballistas around the arena. Now, you get him into one place, you take away half his life. You start defeating all these Darkspawn. When the Darkspawn come out, go to the ballistas and shoot the living shit out of them. You'll win very fast. Alright. That's the end of that's the end of my video. I hope y'all liked it. I'm gonna be back probably in the next couple days to do a video review of Dragon Age 2, and then I'm gonna give you a little look to the future. My next game I'm gonna be doing is WWE 12. Yes, I'm going by the year now. I'm sorry, I gotta take a look. My bad. Now, like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and you know, always stick to video games, everybody's favorite pastime. You know what? That's the rule of the world. Alright? Peace. See y'all next week.